Hey y'all, I'm Megan Roundtree. I'm 23 years old and I am a manager at a coffee shop here in Kilgore, Texas. I think that my personality could be described as extremely outgoing. Sometimes that means that I'm a little bit loud, but overall I can be very nice, very encouraging. I think I can make friends with just about anybody. I think that my toughest critics would probably describe me as a little bit of a control freak, and that definitely includes being a perfectionist, which can sometimes get me in trouble. I think that whenever it comes to my best and worst quality, you can definitely say that my best quality would be that whenever I am passionate about something, I will give it all that I have. I'll give it all my time, all my energy, anything that I can, I will dedicate to whatever I'm passionate for. Whenever it comes to my worst quality, I would say that sometimes I tend to be guarded with walls, and that can get me in trouble whenever it comes to really letting someone get to know me. I think that that would be something that I would really like to change, but for the time being, that is definitely my worst quality. I definitely watch Cake Boss, and I love Buddy on there. He reminds me a lot of myself. He is very loud, which sometimes you need to be in order to get heard, but I think that he is definitely a friend to all of his employees, and he cares about his customers, which I love. He's extremely creative, and he's willing to tackle any challenge, and I think that's something that I definitely do. My experience in the food industry started at a young age whenever I would just go like a tornado through my mom's kitchen, and she quickly nicknamed me Mega Mess. But for official start, I did go to Le Cordon Bleu down in Austin, Texas to complete their baking and pastry program. That was a great experience. I loved learning all the different techniques, and especially the ones that are in the French culture. I think they're really cool. But after that, I went on to work for Aramark at Baylor University as their head baker and just tackled that challenge. And then after that, I did go to teach a few classes at Gourmet Gallery in Waco, Texas, and taught some cake decorating classes, and hopefully made some women around that area really enjoy cake decorating as much as I do, and maybe start a passion in that area. But as far as cake decorating experience, I have thankfully a lot I like to think of, but I have done anything from birthday cakes to wedding cakes to baby shower cakes. Anything that anyone will give me the opportunity to do, I absolutely love. I've worked with fondant, I've worked with marzipan, buttercream, anything along those lines. I love to pipe and just decorate, and just that clean canvas that a new cake gives you. My favorite type of baking is most definitely specialty cakes. I love bringing something to life on a cake. I think that it's really exciting to be able to have people recognize your designs just off the bat. I absolutely cannot stand, and I think that it's just wrong, whenever people give you something that does not taste as good as it looks. That's just wrong. Of course, I'm creative in the kitchen. That's the best part. I love whenever I can really personalize something to the client, but yet be able to put my own spin on it. An example of that would be for my father's birthday. He's a really big hunter, so I did a sculpted mounted deer head. And as a little joke, instead of putting on some trophy deer, we decided to put on a trophy spike and label it David Lassiter's best kill ever. And let me tell you, it was quite comical. But to elaborate a little bit more as far as where I like to be creative, whenever I don't know something about a topic, I want to research it so that it's more recognizable and everyone can just enjoy it more. An example of that would be whenever I did a cake for my brother-in-law's birthday. He is a big Harry Potter fan, so we decided to do a stack of all of their books that they learn at the school that they go to, and incorporate the special lightning bolt font in order to write on top of his cake. And I just think that it really brings the whole experience to life and allows everyone to kind of get into the whole industry as far as what we're all doing that is just so spectacular, and I think that that's one thing that makes me passionate about being creative in my cakes. Some of my favorite hobbies and interests definitely include working out and trying to stay healthy, especially right now whenever you just love to eat pastries and desserts. It is definitely also playing with my dog. This is Gladys, and so I try to be a good mom to her always, and I definitely want to be a good wife to Michael, a daughter to David and Cindy, and a sister to Matthew and Elena. My family is just extremely important to me, so we absolutely love having just family hangouts. That's definitely one of my favorites. As far as wacky jobs, believe it or not, I used to be a telemarketer, so that was always interesting to add on to my resume, but that was a long time ago, so it doesn't count all the way. But besides that, I really love to plan parties and just create environments that people want to be in and want to be around each other and can eat and laugh and just have a great time. Here we are in my kitchen, and you want to know where I get my recipes? Well, sometimes it starts in my cookbooks, which are just absolutely everywhere in my house, not just in my kitchen. But I also get them from my mom, and I try to pry them out of my grandmother sometimes. It doesn't always work. But anywhere I can on the internet, from my friends, we always share, and I just think it's a really great thing to be able to share with everybody and learn a lot from them. If I were an ingredient, I would be butter. You have to be a butter. Butter adds flavor to everything. It's rich, it's smooth, it's creamy. There's nothing that you can't like about butter except when it's on your hips. My absolute favorite ingredient of all time is chocolate, just because it can go with anything. Who doesn't like a Reese's Pieces? I mean, peanut butter chocolate is genius. But you can also put it with things like cheese, anything. There's spices all the time. I mean, people dip potato chips in chocolate. You just can't go wrong. And I just absolutely love it. I love working with it. I think it's great. You get to be creative. And I incorporate it all the time. My three favorite, most original ideas on baking would be that, one, do not be afraid of browning on your stuff. People are constantly saying that they like things ooey gooey and stuff like that, and I think it's a fad, but as far as producing the best product, I think that it needs to be just golden brown, beautiful, fully cooked. So that's obviously a lot better for your consumers. My second one would be that you are only as good of a pastry chef as you can cover up your mistakes. And number three would be, don't be afraid to use things that you find around the house in order to help you either ice something, decorate, cut, whatever it may be. Don't be afraid to look outside of your kitchen in order to finish your product.